Hey, what's up, guys? You know what time it is? It's time to go over the new Strength Club workout. So we're on July now. Can you believe it? July 2024 here. So we got two great workouts for you. So you know the drill. We got our templates here. We're going to work through everything, track everything. We got that 4-week program going on here. So we're going to start with our ramping. Right, so we have our hangs and halos to get started here. We always start with those hangs. Great for grip strength, shoulder mobility, decompressing that spine. Remember here we want long, deep breaths. Take a deep breath in, try to hold it for a couple seconds, then slowly push all of that air out here. A good goal is to try to get this done in 2 to 4 deep breaths. So if you can keep it to 2 to 4 breaths in that 30 seconds, that's a pretty good amount of control there as well. You're going to feel great working those as well. That breathing is going to help you feel stronger. Now we're going to pair this up with our half kneeling halos here. So we're going to take that knee down to the blue floor, ear over the shoulder, hip and knee, squeezing that back glute tight, wall up those abs, and we're going to start with that kettlebell upside down. We're going to take it over the shoulder, behind your back as low as you can here, so almost like you're trying to touch it to your shoulder blade or between your shoulder blades, then over the other side, squeezing that glute tight. You should feel a nice stretch through the hip flexors and through those lats as you're working here. Drive that front big toe into the floor. This is great for getting those glutes firing for us here as well. When we come back to this one, you'll go to the other knee, so you're going to get a set in on each side. It doesn't have to be super heavy with the kettlebell, but don't be afraid to challenge yourself with that weight. A lot of you can actually go heavier than you typically let yourself. You don't need 15 or 20 here. You can try a 44 pounder even. You guys get crazy. So we're going to get 2 sets of those. Then our second pair of ramping exercises. We're working our rollouts here. So remember, ribs are tucked, glutes are squeezed, wall up those abs, really reaching out, get as low as you can. But remember, start with a small range of motion, something that you feel confident and comfortable with. And with each rep, see if you can go a little bit further. Kind of explore your limits, especially in that first week. If this is the first time you've been doing this, give yourself time, because this one is going to leave you feeling sore if you haven't done this one with us in a while. Now, we took a month off from it, so I'm anticipating a lot of you are going to feel sore when you're working this one, but you're going to feel great for strengthening that core here. And then if you need to, you get set up with that beam to keep you from going too far. And then we're going to pair that up with our half kneeling alternating rows. Again, this is one of my favorites. Again, a nice hip flexor stretch from this one, squeezing that glute as we get that ear over the shoulder, hip and knee, driving that front big toe into the floor. And remember, we're going to be pulling with one arm, pulling down toward the low ribs and hip here, not up towards your armpit. And then you're going to alternate, so take your time. Focus on the squeeze. Now, it doesn't have to be real heavy here, but also step back so there is tension in that band, but focus on the contraction by squeezing as you're pulling down low on this one. When we come back to this one, you'll be on the other knee. So you're going to get 2 sets in on each side on that one. You guys are going to really feel great. Everything's going to be opened up after that. And then we're going to move on to our power and total body work here. So we're going to be starting with our sled push and drag here. So now when we're working this month, right, sometimes we're working heavy. This time we're going to be working light. I want this to go fast. I want you to find a sled weight that you feel almost like you're sprinting, but the sled's going to provide some resistance there, and we want to be intentional with our steps, but we want the weight light enough that you can really move down the floor quickly, and then you're going to drag it back, stay low. So this is going to be fast this time. Doesn't have to be super heavy here, and you definitely want to be thinking about a weight that you feel like you are moving fast as you're doing it. It shouldn't slow you down because you're getting tired. Now, again, I know that can be a tough place to figure out at first. That's why we use these sessions to figure some things out. So we'll keep working on that. Now we're going to pair that up with the Echo Bike. 5 hard calories, get on there, pump those arms and legs, try to get it done as quickly as you can. Again, set a goal for yourself. If you've been doing 15 seconds, try to get down to 14 or 13 here. Don't be afraid to really challenge yourself. I know it's scary at the beginning of a workout because you feel like you're going to use up all your energy. You're not. You're going to have plenty of energy going forward here. It's actually to get everything firing for you as well. And the faster you get it done, the more time you're going to have to recover here as well. So push yourself hard. So this set, these 2 sets are going to go fast. They are going to be challenging. We're going to get 2 sets in here. Give yourself, a minute or 2 to recover between those sets because I want you working hard on them. And then once we get those in, everything's going. We got all those muscles firing. We're going to move on to our strength sets here. So nice and simple this month. We have 3 exercises. We're going to work them in a circuit fashion, right? So we're just going to go through all 3 before we start our second and third sets of them. Now, we're aiming for 2 to 3 sets. We'll definitely get 2 sets in. Actually, by the 3rd and 4th week, a lot of you will have time to get a 4th set in if you need to use a warm-up set or just want to try a heavier weight at the end as well. So there'll be some room there to challenge yourself. And we're going to be working 8 to 10 reps this month, which means that I want you to find a weight that you can do at least 8 reps with. And then, but if you can do 9 or 10, don't stop at 8. And then the goal is if you can do 10 reps with it, and if you can, especially if you can do 11 or 12, you want to take that weight up. So there is some flexibility there, but ideally we're finding a weight that's challenging for 8 reps, and then over the course of the month, we want to try to turn that 8 rep weight into our 10 rep weight there. So the 3 exercises we have here, we're going to start with that bench press. So we're going flat bench on this one. Last month we were working that incline alternating. This time we're just going to go with 2 heavy dumbbells on that flat bench, both arms working at the same time, squeezing those shoulder blades, driving those shoulders into the bench as you're pressing those dumbbells up. Remember, we're looking for those wrists to stay over the elbows as you're coming down. So it doesn't matter what angle your shoulders are at, make sure that you are getting a good squeeze and those hands are coming outside the chest, below the shoulders here. And then the big part of this is when you're done, I like to just uncurl them to the floor to save my lower back any of that work. Don't worry about banging them on the floor. I'm not worried about the floor. I want to keep those shoulders and your back feeling good here. Of course, if you want, you can sit up with them as well. Some of you are contrarians. You're going to do it just to spite me, and that's fine too. The second exercise is our anti-rotational slider lunges with those bands here. So this is one that some people dread. It will get those glutes working, and we get some core work in here as well. So remember, we're going to keep working perpendicular to the beam and that band, stepping out so there is tension in that band. We want to be resisting that rotation. That inside foot's playing on the floor. That back foot or the outside foot is going to be on that slider. So we're squeezing that back glute on the way down, sliding back and then driving up, pulling that leg back in. Of course, if you need to get rid of the slider, you can do that split squat from this same position here. But this is a great one to work some of that rotational or anti-rotational strength, if you will, really stabilizing that spine, getting those glutes working as well. Make sure you're keeping those shoulders down and away from those ears. Arms outstretched here. You're going to do 8 to 10 on each side. So this is going to take a second to get these done. Take your time with them. Deep breath in on the way down. Push that air out as you're driving up on that front leg. So 8 to 10 reps on each side. And then our last one is our sled rope pull. So last month or this previous month, we were working that as part of a superset. So it's going to be a little lighter. This month, I want you to take that same exercise and I want you to take that weight up. I mean, we're thinking somewhere between 10 to 20%. Hopefully you can take that weight up. Some of you even more, because now we're not going to already be pre-exhausted from those chin-ups. This month, we're just focused on a straight rope pull. Keep those knees pushed apart, reaching and pulling. Deep breaths, steady breaths as you're working here. And remember, we're going to take it all the way down the floor. Just one way. When we get down to the other end, you just spin it around. Either you or the next person will take it back down the other way. But smooth rhythm here. If you do need to use your legs on the last couple reps, that's fine. You shouldn't start with the weight where you have to be using those legs. We really want to try to get as much out of that upper body on this exercise as we can. So those are our 3 strength exercises. We're going to get 2 to 3 sets. Like I said, by weeks 3 and 4, you might have time for a 4th set as well. And then we're going to move on to our finisher here. So for our finisher, again, nice and simple. A combination we've worked before. It's very effective and a nice combination of exercises here to hit everything. We're going to start with our chin-ups, of course, because we want to work on those every day. Again, chin-ups an exercise that practicing every day is definitely going to get you stronger. So each strength workout, we want to take some time for those. We're going to go for 5 to 10 reps here again. So remember, if you can do 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, don't stop at 5, but you want to be able to do at least 5. And I always tell people, especially in this when we're doing it at the end of the workout, err on the side of making it a little bit easier. I want you to really focus on perfecting that form as opposed to making something hard. A lot of things are going to be hard. It does make you better at them. Make it a little bit easier. Do it better. You will get stronger faster. You're going to be feeling great about it as well. Then we have our swings after that. So, you can do your dead stop swings or your repetitions here, driving those heels into the floor, squeezing those glutes, thinking like you're throwing that kettlebell across the room. Now, Coach Kat's doing our dead stop swings here, hiking it back and then parking it after each rep. They're going to do 5 of those if you choose this. If you want to do the repetitions, it's going to be 10. Either way here, now you can see how she's really popping those hips and throwing that kettlebell, stopping that kettlebell right there at her chest. So it's 10 repetitions or 5 dead stop swings. Again, here's where you can challenge yourself with the weight, but I don't want you to have to muscle it. I want you to focus on your form here. Make it slightly lighter so you can get nice, crisp reps in. this is a conditioning exercise for our purposes here today. So keep it a little bit lighter, get more power out of it. And then the last exercise, we're gonna crawl across that floor. So you can do your bear crawl, side crawl, square crawl, whatever you wanna do here. Coach Kat's demonstrating our bear crawls here, opposite hand and foot, steady breathing. This is not one where I want you to try to rush to get it done. I want you to take your time. In fact, challenge yourself to do it as slow as you possibly can. I know these are definitely tough at the end of a workout as well, so make any adjustments. You can always take those knees down to the floor, breathe if you need to. You can also do army crawls or slider crawls, so any variation of a crawl you want to work on. You can see Coach T here demonstrating those side crawls, pushing those knees apart. If you do the side crawl, you're going to face the same direction, down and back, so you're working both sides, but we are going to go down and back on the floor on this one. I know that's tough. You're tougher. You got everything it takes to get through this. This is an awesome workout here. Remember, the key to these workouts is keeping the exercises simple and you focusing on making it intense by either challenge yourself with the weight or those tempos, but the goal is to get better at all these exercises and you're gonna get a lot out of this workout. Okay, I hope you guys are as excited as I am about this. If you do have any questions, please reach out, leave a comment in the video down below as well, or just reach out to a coach with any of those questions you might have. Okay, let's have a great month, everybody. Love you, bye.